Way! We did it, everyone.
I'm still doing the sinking clap.
Woo!
Woo!
It's giving me that sinking feeling, you know.
I see what you did there.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers. Hooray. Cheers with tea?
I don't know.
Oh, that's not a thing. So, hi, everyone. Welcome to Spill the Tea, Part 2. This time with an American. I do have non-British friends. What's your name, Mary?
Ash.
Ash. Her name. Where do you come from?
America.
Wow, they're very specific. I do that as well. People are like, where are you from? I'm like, the States. Which one? The one on the East Coast? Yeah, you know, they don't know New Jersey. They just know New York. So.
Yeah, nobody knows Minnesota either.
No. I mean, no British person knows Minnesota.
Right.
Tell us in the comments. Anyway, today we're here to talk about dating a YouTuber.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Never dated a YouTuber.
You've never dated a YouTuber?
But I've dated, and I am a YouTuber.
Oh, man. So, here we go. Hoo-wee! If you're from Dorset, thanks for the delicious tea. To start off, so you've never dated any YouTubers before?
I've never dated a YouTuber.
But you've, I've been on dates with YouTubers before.
Yeah?
I don't think they knew they were dates, though.
Oh.
No.
I don't think I'd want to date a YouTuber.
No.
Personally.
I don't either, kind of, because there's too much, it's too public.
And it's so much YouTube in your life.
Yeah, like there's enough in my life with YouTube. I don't need someone else that's obsessed with it. Just someone that knows of it is like my preferred.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I know of YouTube.
Right.
I know how it works. It's not like, wait, you make videos on the internet that aren't cat videos?
Right.
Like something between there and I love YouTube, it's my life. So you have a wife.
Yes.
And she's not a YouTuber.
Mm-mm.
Is it difficult dating you? Married to you? Is it difficult in a relationship with you?
I hope not, but I hope not.
Do you know, like, break into her room and be like, prank!
I do prank her.
You prank her all the time. Good.
Yeah,
That's the
one
way
of
to do
my
it.
last videos was a prank on her.
That's probably the worst thing about being a YouTuber, right? I mean, about dating a YouTuber is the pranks.
But when I started dating Grace, I was really adamant that we would talk about exactly how much she would be online and if she really understood like what she was getting herself into.
Yeah.
Because I don't think people, when they start dating YouTubers, realize that they are genuinely like getting themselves into something.
It's a mess, man. Do you feel like, has she ever had to deal with hate because she's with you?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, personally, like, I'm very protective of who I am interested in, who I want to date.
Right.
If I was in a, like, I was dating someone for, like, 3 months last year, and I kind of was pretty, like, mum about it, if that's an expression. Just because I don't want it necessarily, like, I trust my audience, very much so. But it's such a personal thing to me, and I don't know when I'm ready to share it, if I'm ready. Plus, what happens if people don't like her, but I like her? What? Don't not like her?
Yeah, that would be sad.
I don't know. Like, what if they say something that, like, I know, for instance, there's a lot of YouTubers. Every YouTuber has dated, like, every YouTuber. It's just, like, this massive web in the UK. And I know that at one point, there was a YouTuber that was, like, really good friends with his female friend. And because they got shipped so much, it really affected his personal relationship with his girlfriend.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
Because it was, like, she couldn't understand. She's like, why are you still hanging out with a girl? And he was like, oh, we're just because we're friends. He was like, yeah, well, everyone online thinks you're dating.
Right.
And he was, but we're not. And I think that's a trust thing. It's all about, they didn't have a good enough trust relationship, I guess.
Sometimes people will ship me with other people online, and that sometimes makes Grace feel odd. Or just like all the, any feed of Instagram comments is always like, cutie, hottie, kissy face, all these things, and you have to like, warn them that, like, that's gonna happen. It's
just gonna come with it, I guess.
And guess what? If you get an Instagram account, that's what yours are going to be, too. Because you're now, like, whether you like it or not, gonna get, like, a few thousand followers.
Oh, my God, yeah. I posted a picture once with the girl I was dating, and she also posted a selfie on hers, and people followed the link through, and then, like, at one point, she was like, Evan, why are they calling you daddy?
Yeah.
And then they followed her as well, and she was like, Evan, who are these people? I don't know these people. I was like, they're interested. Yeah.
And people who aren't YouTubers are so weirded out by that.
Yeah.
They're like, why is a stranger following me? They don't know me. I don't know them. And we're like, oh, that's the life,
right?
Yeah.
It is weird.
Yeah.
It's weird if you think about it too much.
It is.
Like, the more I think about what I do, the more it gives me an existential crisis. So I just try not to think about it, you know?
Yeah, repress it.
Repression.
Would you ever date, like, a fan or somebody who has watched your videos?
I mean, there's a huge distinction between a fan and a person that's watched my videos.
Great.
That's the thing.
Okay.
But even so, it really freaks me out just a little bit.
Sure.
Like, it really, a little bit. You know, gotta get both in there. It's like, imagine, like, going on a date with someone that knows too much about you already.
Uh-huh.
Like, that's the main issue for me is, like, when I go on a date with someone, I like finding out about them and chatting with them about their interests and their hobbies. How many brothers is it? You know, just small talk. And it'd be like having that conversation, except they already know everything and there's nothing to learn. Well, there's not nothing to learn, but it feels like you're on an unlevel playing field.
Absolutely. I remember while I was meeting Grace, there was a night where I got drunk with my ex-boyfriend and we played Tinder roulette on each other's Tinder. And I ended up matching with somebody. I matched with lots of people that night because it was just we switched phones and played Tinder roulette. Yeah. And so, and then later I went to Hannah Hart and Mamrie's like live show thing, and somebody walked up to me and they were like, "Hi Ashley, like I watch your videos, I love you so much, and can I have a picture?" And they were like, "Also, we matched on Tinder."
Oh man.
And I was like, "Oh, that's so. This is Grace." And yeah.
It is really funny though, because it's like there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But personally, like because I match with a lot of people on Tinder.
I just didn't know what to like. What do you say to that?
Yeah. What do you say to that? I don't know.
I think I just mumbled something and was like, "Oh, that's so funny."
I think someone just tweeted me like this week, said, "Haha, you just matched with my sister on Tinder," and I was like, "Which one is she?" Because I don't know, it is slightly weird. I like people not to know me before they go into a relationship or at least a date with me.
Right.
I treat Tinder seriously, everyone. I'm not using that for so many flings. I just I like dates. So
I think Tinder works. I mean, I met my wife on Tinder. So
wow, there you go.
Sponsored. Not.
Please pay me.
I don't know. That just got me thinking like what a date would look like with somebody who was a fan, and I don't know. It was just like interesting, and I was happy that I met Grace, who had no idea who I was. And then I told her that I was a YouTuber, and she said, "I'm not going to watch any of your videos, so I get to know you on our first date." And I was like, "Oh, yay."
See, I went on a date with someone recently that hadn't seen any of my videos, which was great.
Cool.
And then after our first date, she watched a couple, which I guess is fine. But then the next time I saw her, she was like, "Sorry about your dad." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool. I didn't want to, there we go." And then it was like, also so that one, I went, "Ooh," and then she went, "Don't you hate clubbing?" And I went, "How did you saw a video where I said I hated clubbing."
Yeah, so then
I was
like,
at club.
How do you handle that? Do you tell her like, "I kind of don't want you to watch my channel, so we can
No, because I think she has every right to watch.
Right.
I mean, my visa's here! Ring him up, buddy. I got my visa.
Yay!
Yay.
You're allowed to stay.
Let's just not lose it again.
Oh, yeah.
Could you imagine dating like a really famous YouTuber that's always in the news?
No.
Like, where, it makes me feel slightly uncomfortable, feeling like every action I take is under deep scrutiny, even though I'm not even... It's almost like when you date a YouTuber, you sign up to also be involved in the drama.
And another thing about... Well, any relationship you put online, really, whether it's a YouTuber and a non-YouTuber or two famous YouTubers, if it's big enough, if people care enough, one of the things I hate the most is if it doesn't work out, there's like this obligation to disclose that and make a breakup video? Like, what is that?
Well,
no.
It makes sense. I hate it, but it does make sense.
Why?
Because,
tell me why. Because I don't feel like I owe that.
On the internet, once you say one thing, as much as you have grown and changed as a person in 2 years, if you've said something, people will hold that as true and evidence. So if I said, "I am now dating Ashley," then if that changes, I kind of either have to delete the video or I'm obligated to update it. It's the same with news cycles that are like, this person that was bad was of this race, and then it was completely false. You're obligated to fix that because you're giving out #fake news. So like, in this situation on YouTube, I kind of also agree. It is annoying, but if you're going to announce you're in a relationship with someone, you've already made it public. You might as well... It's hard and it's rough, but that's what the territory is.
I know. I suppose it's just like feeling this obligation to delve into the breakup, and it seems like such a personal thing that other people aren't necessarily entitled to know, but I also like get that if you don't say something, it's going to cause a lot of confusion. Yeah. I guess I wish I could just move on with my life and let people get the hint.
Would you rather, like, as you broke up with them, keep getting people like, "Oh my god, you're so cute with them," and you're like, "It broke my heart." Like, I'd rather be honest. I try and be as honest as I can with my audience about most things. And I feel like once I enter a relationship, I won't make it a big deal. Like, I love how Dodie, when she was in a relationship, she just went, "By the way, this is my boyfriend." Like, that was it. It was kind of like let's move on. This is not a big deal.
Have you ever had a relationship online?
No.
Would you?
Yeah, I mean, I would. It would just be done in a similar way to Dodie, where it's like, this is a thing. I really like them. I really hope you respect them as well. Yeah. And then I would obviously have to be like, by the way, we're not, but next person I date is going to be for life, so.
That was actually my my boyfriend.
Really?
Yeah, he wasn't super into the YouTube thing. So obviously you have to, like, when you're a YouTuber and you're dating someone, you have to handle that YouTube relationship different with different people. So Grace likes YouTube. She thinks it's fun. I put her in videos. Pat wasn't his thing. It was a little bit too much.
You really have to respect that on both sides. Yeah,
it's a little too loud and, like, kind of extroverted for him.
Are you a bit too loud on videos? I find I'm just a little bit too loud. Make sure you smash that like button.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, after
on my vlog voice.
After I'm finished on, like, a good date, I'm like, if you like this date, please give it a big thumbs up. It really helps me out. My self-esteem is crippling. Just imagining someone that, like, cannot turn off their YouTube voice. Like, they become a YouTuber and then they just can't stop.
Oh, that's
if you'd like to subscribe, we can go on 3 more dates after this. I do dates every Sunday at 4 p.m. And, like, I'm not really interested in dating another YouTuber. I think we already talked about that.
Right.
Just someone that's slightly interested.
Right.
And I'd want them to want to be involved, but I'd be like, it'd have to be something really specific. I don't know. Do you feel like, I feel like I would not say I was dating them, but then have them in a video and then be like, oh, by the way, that person from the video like 3 weeks ago.
That was
my girl.
My girl.
My girl. Is that like a gross term? Like, yo, my boy, my girl?
No, it's just, I like it. I've never heard it.
I use abbreves all the time.
Abbreves.
So I matched this girl on Tinder once. We had a really nice conversation for like a week. And then I just happened to stalk their Instagram pretty far. Because I get bored. I'm like, they look nice. I'm going to stalk Instagram. And then I saw a picture with a friend of mine, a YouTuber, at one of their meetups. And I was like, oh.
Okay.
And that's when I was like, they most certainly know who, they like also know me. Maybe they're not a fan. That's totally okay. But I was like, oh man, I feel a bit weird about this now because they were pretending they didn't know who I was.
Yeah.
That was a trust thing. I went, oh, now I don't know if I can trust this person. And then when I just unmatched.
Did you, you didn't just ask her?
No, I got out of there. I did get a message from her later from another like website. It might have been Instagram saying like, guess you found out. Oh. And I was like, see, that's where I was like, oh.
Well, that's ominous.
Yeah.
Found out what? You saw the mural I drew of you in central London?
I just like trust. Trust is a really big thing in a relationship for me, and I'm very trusting. So, like, if it starts off the relationship with, I'm pretending I don't know you, that's not good. So, I went to a party once, put on by this girl, who had specifically engineered the party so that she could get with me, which is really uncomfortable for me.
But, like, a little flattering and very, very determined. That's kind of impressive.
You
but
might
also
use the word
super
manipulative.
Yeah.
And she basically pretended like she had no clue who I was.
I don't think anyone has ever loved me so much. They have created a party for me. That is...
But eventually,
anyway.
She, like, there were certain little flags that popped up where I was like, she knows something I love. She, like, knew some of my, like, things that I prefer. And I was like, that's, you shouldn't know that. Why do you know that? And then, I found out she's, like, a big Tumblr fan and blah, blah, blah.
So you said you'd maybe rather not date another YouTuber.
Yeah, it depends.
And if you were to date...
I would date a YouTuber. It just depends.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you were to date a person who wasn't a YouTuber, you'd just have them pop in a few vlogs, if it was very specific, but not many.
Yeah. But then again, I could, like, this video is going to stand here, and then maybe in a year, I'll be like, oh my god, I love my girlfriend so much. Like,
Right.
I mean, I'm not going to be... I don't like PDA, so, like, I'm not going to be one of those PDA YouTubers. It's just, I'm very... Is someone dead? I'm a very, I feel like I'm a very loving guy, so it's going to be hard for me not to share that, like, but...
Sure.
We'll see. We'll see what happens in the future.
What if you were dating someone, and they popped in a couple of your vlogs, and then they wanted to create their own YouTube channel? How'd you feel about that?
Oh, man. I think they have every freaking right to do that, and that's really cool. It's just like...
But how would you feel about it, is my question.
As long as I don't feel like they're doing it specifically because they want to, like, get it off of me, then that's completely fine. And I'd be happy with them. Especially because the way that I am, I only date people that I'm really close with, friend-wise. And so, I want my friends to have success. And I'm like, please, go. I'm going to help you out. So I don't feel bad about that at all.
Cool.
What about you? Would you feel weird about that?
I would feel weird.
Oh, really?
I would feel weird. But I also agree with you that a person has every right to do what they want to do. So...
Just what are the motives, you know?
Yeah. Thankfully, Grace just naturally has no intrinsic issue to have a YouTube channel. She just doesn't think it would be fun and doesn't want one. But if she did want one, I think that'd be a little weird for me. I don't know. For me, a little. I like YouTube to be my thing in the relationship, and she's like good at selling servers and cooking.
Not like that at all. I think because I would only date a friend, I would just want success for them, so I want them to be a good YouTuber. If they want that, as long as they want that, go for it. I did date a girl once who, after a date, decided to start YouTubing, and I was like, that's weird. Maybe I inspired her, which is cool. Good. Make stuff.
Just to be clear, if Grace did want to... just don't want to look like a crazy controlling person. If Grace did want to...
exhibit signs of controlling behavior?
If she were to change her desires and wants and needs, and she just, like, wanted to make a YouTube channel, I'd absolutely be cool with that. But I cannot lie about the fact that I'm kind of jazzed that it's not her thing. I like that. I think it's a cool dynamic. It's probably one of the reasons we work so well.
Yeah. I mean, I like my flatmate Ellen doesn't make any YouTube videos. I like that. She's a normal person.
It's kind of nice to have, like...
She humbles us. You know, we're like, YouTube. And then there's, like, one person that's like, shut the hell up.
Exactly.
Like, that's what I like.
Yeah, Grace reminds me that there's more than YouTube, and stuff outside of YouTube is important and beautiful, and don't get lost on the internet, which is virtual and not actually there. So.
Yeah, I think that's a good reason for me to say dating a YouTuber is fun and a thrill ride and interesting, but also it comes with its own weird stuff, and it's nice to just date a normal human. Because we're all freaked up.
Truth. Confirmed.
Anyway, thank you for joining me today on Spill the Tea, Ashley Mardell. What channel do you have there? Did we do something on your channel today?
We did.
What?
We talked about hate comments, but like the actual sad ones.
Oh my god. So. And can you like watch it over here? Everyone go watch that video. Please click the link over there. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked this, give me a thumbs up and tell me what you think of dating a YouTuber below. Subscribe, make videos, everything else. See you guys next week. Goodbye.